All right. Hello and welcome to another episode of Dana White's Contender Series with Couch and the Dogfather. As always, we are your hosts. And, Dog, we've been doing pretty damn good so far, have we?
Pretty damn good. Sorry, I'm chewing on something.
He's a little busy eating some ice cream.
I know. I'm done. We've been doing great. Yeah, that's all I got to say. Fucking no need to pat ourselves on the back. Thank you to the viewer who said I was rambling last week. It was nice to make $2,500 rambling. But if that's how it works, then I appreciate you. Thanks for watching the show. We're going to keep trying to win every week and do our best. So thank you for watching. Hopefully I can cut the rambling down if that's your issue. And yeah, let's go get it.
Yeah, I mean, if you ramble, then I don't know what to call what I do. But Dana White's Contender Series has been kind. 6-1 on events now. I'm going to jinx myself into a loss this week. You know how it is. I'll be honest, I've been doing great on Contender Series, but last few cards, regional and UFC, I got cooked. So hoping for a comeback. We won't call it a comeback, and we can jump right into it. Why don't you start us off, Dog? We got Christian Savoie versus Jacobe Smith.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about this fight. I don't have much. Can you tell me what Savoie, his best part of his game is?
He seems to hit kind of hard.
Yeah, what else?
I think his striking's all right.
Yeah, the striking's okay. He hits decently. His defensive grappling is not up to par, in my opinion, for a guy like this. Can we stop? Anyways. Yeah, I just am not really impressed with Savoie. I don't really have much to say about him. I mean, he looks pretty jacked. That's great. Good for him. I think Smith can just win this fight pretty much everywhere. He can probably get takedowns whenever he wants and get on top, and he can probably knock him out early. I think the line's warranted. I really don't have much to say here. I'm not going to waste my time on a fight that I spent maybe 20 minutes taping and felt like I had didn't want to do anything with it. I have an angle on how I want to play the fight, but I'll leave it at that. Yeah, line feels justified. No interest in Savoie. No interest on Smith on the money line side. Maybe interest on something, but I'm not going to give it out because I am waiting to see if I can actually bet it.
I have a gut feeling I know what it is, but I won't ruin it for you. Real quick, though. Yo, yes, I did. You got to tell me who you are because that's crazy. Surprise Lake is the camp I used to work at. I was the garbage man. I was originally just kitchen staff, but then I got promoted to garbage man. And
that doesn't sound like a promotion.
Dude, it was. I got more money. It was crazy.
They give you, oh, wow. They give you more money to handle. That makes sense. The trash sucks.
Yeah, but it was pretty lit. I had a little outdoor office, a lot more free time. It was good stuff.
Okay.
But, yeah, that's crazy that someone actually just came around. But, yeah. All right. My breakdown on the fight. Savoie versus Smith. Yeah, I share your sentiment. I don't really know what Savoie's really that good at. He seems like a decent striker. He seems like he has power. Hits hard, but I don't think he's that good of a striker. I think he's kind of mid. Ground game seems pretty poor. Just nothing impressive about the guy. Smith, I think, is clearly the A side. I think he's super green. I think he has a high ceiling. His stand-up, honestly, is pretty impressive. It's not that great yet, but it's improving. For a guy with a wrestling background, I'd say it's pretty impressive, and a guy who's so green. But the wrestling's really good, too. He's an Oklahoma State wrestler, credentialed dude, All-American. But even outside of that, it's actually translated to MMA. He's getting really nice takedowns. He has really good control. I can see him getting hurt on the feet. That's why I'm not running to the window to go parlay Smith, because I did do that with who's the big dude who kept eye poking the poor guy, Yusri. Belguri. But
homie, I bet him straight up.
yeah, so like this isn't that kind of spot for me because I don't know if this is necessarily that much of a layup because this Savoie seems all right, and if he can keep it on the feet, it'll be a good fight. It'll be competitive. Smith, like I said, is still very green standing, but yeah, it's Smith for me. Not much more to add. I don't know what I can do with minus 600. None of the props really stick out. Thought about Smith by decision because I can kind of see him just grappling this all the way 15 because like I said, he's not a crazy like striker. Maybe he can knock him out. I kind of noticed Savoie like ducks his head down like that. I can see an uppercut catching him, and I did see Smith have a nice one, but I don't really see him knocking him out. I don't think he's going to sub him. He doesn't really have much jiu-jitsu. So I like with these wrestler guys, I tend to think it's going to go over, and I tend to think it'll go to decision. So maybe I'll do that. I think it's like plus 200, but we'll see. I don't want to force anything either. We can move on to the real fight of the week. We got Abdellah Er-Ramy versus Torrez Finney. Ramy 7-1-0, 28 years old, 6 feet tall. Believe his reach is 74 inches. That's what it said on UFC stats at all. And then Finney 9-0, undefeated. I'll pull up the comments in a sec. 25 years old. He's 3 years younger, 4 inches shorter. And like I said, he's got about a reach advantage, 1 inch reach advantage. Sorry, I'm distracted. This is the last time we're talking about this, but that's really funny. Slide in my DMs. I want to know who you are. And dude, I used to bum cigs all the time back then. Those were the good old days when things were simple. I was the garbage man. We smoked cigarettes behind the office. It was good times. Good times. But for this fight, look, I'm very partial to Finney. I've got a tremendous bias towards him. Interviewed him, like him a lot. I'm a fan of him. I like that he's really had to work for this, and he's going through a lot of crap with Dana not liking him, and he's coming back for a third attempt. All that said, I kind of feel like this is it's a weird spot, right? Because on one end, I can see Finney just coming out here and doing exactly what he's been doing, land like 15 takedowns with close to zero control, don't do much damage, but win just because the other guy didn't have any opportunity to do anything. But on the other hand, I'm nervous about what his mindset's going to be because he's coming in after not getting a contract after 2 wins. I'm not even sure that's happened before. And I feel like he might come in and just look for the finish standing. And if he does that, he's in trouble because I don't think he can stand with Ramy. He's stiff. He doesn't have much. He has got a jab and an overhand, and that's about it. I'm sure it'll develop, but right now it's not quite there. Striking defense isn't quite there. His head is just there to be hit. And he's just very stiff and flat-footed with the striking. And Ramy, I'm not crazy about the guy, but I think he's a pretty good striker. I originally felt he wasn't. Credit to Dogfather for making me do a double check. He's faster than I thought. He does, as Dogfather would tell you guys, he does have good kicks. I like the jab to the body shots. I think that was really clean. And he does seem to hit very hard. So if he can keep it standing, or if Finney chooses to keep this a standing fight because he wants the contract, I do think Ramy might knock him out. And if the number gets wide enough, I could get involved. But right now I'm not running to do it because I don't really have reason to believe that he's going to stuff the takedowns. And I kind of feel like Finney's going to wrestle anyways. So I lean Finney still, but I can understand the dog shot. And at the right number, I could get involved. How about you, dog?
Yeah, I think the line's pretty wide. I'm, Finney is good at what he's good at, but to be honest with you, it's hard for me to look at him and want to ever pay minus 2XX on somebody who is only really good at one thing. And it doesn't really equate to a lot of damage. So if he's going against a striker like this, we're just going to take, a couple shots on the feet from Ramy and Finney desperately shooting in for takedowns to swing rounds. And if Ramy it's hard to know about his defensive grappling. Like, obviously it didn't look great in the PFL fight he was in, but once he was like not rocked anymore, he did get taken down, grab a wizard and pop right back up. And that's kind of the stuff you can do with Finney if you just scoot your butt to the cage, because it's not like he has, in my opinion, great jiu-jitsu. So I don't think for this guy to get up, it's not going to take a huge, gap for him to get up. And when it's standing, I mean, in my opinion, Finney's in trouble. And this guy's dropping down from 205 to 185. He's gone a long layoff. He's also pretty young. He's only 28. So to me, there's a lot of things that I know that I'm seeing on tape in the PFL fight that he did pretty well. I like his striking. I think he moves pretty well. And it seems like he's training with the right people at the right gym. So, yeah, I mean, I think this line's pretty damn wide in my opinion. I know Finney's got a lot of hype. People really like him. He's really good at wrestling, but what else is he good at? And that's my problem. It's hard for me to look at somebody with this limited of a skill set. I know he's really good at it and be like, oh yeah, 230. Come on, buddy, wrestle. Okay, what else is he gonna do? Yeah, sure, he might dominate and cover this line, but I think there's more. I think there's a lot of ways for Ramy to look like a huge favorite here. And if you're telling me you're giving me plus 200 on a guy who could look like massive favorite, if this fight stays standing for short periods, I'm there all day. So
Yeah, this would be another spot where I'd be ripping that decision prop on him. I did it last time with Roaston because I think if Finney wins, it's probably decision. I forgot it in my breakdown, but
I mean, this dude could be a white belt. You know what I mean? Like Finney could probably
it's
mount
possible.
him. Finney could probably mount him, but then it's like, could this dude just buck him off? You know, I don't know.
Yeah, what I was saying though is like Finney, he doesn't really have much jiu-jitsu. Kind of like I was saying with Smith, he doesn't really have much jiu-jitsu. Like even the back take with Panfarov, he was off to the side, and that was just pure like strength where he was just pulling on him, and he got the sub. But
yeah, he kind of broke him more than he actually.
Yeah, his BJJ itself isn't very good, and he doesn't have a ton of ground and pound. And the control, like for the control, he's doing the right things. Like I saw with Roaston, but maybe it's because Roaston's so big. I'm not sure, but he just couldn't hold him down, even though he was doing the right things. He was holding the hands, he was staying heavy, but he just couldn't hold him down. So those are my issues with Finney here. But yeah, we can move on. Next up, we've got a fun fight. We have David Martinez versus Xavier Franklin. Martinez 10-1-0, 26 years old, 5 foot. That's 100% wrong. He's like 5'7" if Franklin really is 5'6", maybe even a little taller. Franklin 5-0, undefeated. Don't have his age, but I'm pretty sure he's also 20-something, mid-20s. And he's 5'6". He's about an inch or two shorter than Martinez from what I saw. What are you thinking here, dog?
So I liked Franklin. I taped Franklin. I thought I was gonna. I did bet Franklin at 150, and then I gave it a day and I taped it again today, just for like a little while. And I'm just gonna watch. I think I don't really want to have any financial stake in this fight, to be honest, at like a decent amount, just because I think that Martinez, he just I was kind of underrating him a little bit. I think just because of the number, in my opinion. On Franklin, I think he's faced a higher level of competition. He's tested. I've seen him rock. I've seen him, scramble. I've seen him push a pace. In my opinion, I think the speed is going to be an issue for Franklin. I know that Franklin's pressure is pretty good, and he throws good boxing combinations, but Martinez is like a master on the back foot. Like he's really good off the back foot. So it's like, yeah, sure. Franklin might pressure, but that's all Martinez. Martinez is great at scooting around the octagon. So it's going to be nothing new to this guy, So I think it's a genuinely competitive fight for the most part, but I think Martinez's ability to like switch stances and the striking and the get up game and the cardio, that's more tested to me fighting at a high pace. Combate is weird. They have a lot of these like weird short notice fights. He fought in a tournament that was like, it looked like it was like 3 fights all in the same night. So, I don't know if people were influenced that when they were taping the fight. I certainly did it the first time. And then I went back in and I went, hold up, something's wrong here. And yeah, I just think, from my experience with some of these combate guys, they end up looking not as good. In their tape, and then they come to the U.S. on like a full camp because Combate's management sucks, and they book a lot of like short notice fights and up a weight class, and people look awful because they haven't trained enough. And yeah, I think Martinez probably should be the favorite. I think 60% is fine. I understand that Franklin is quite good. I like his game. I like his boxing. I think he's great distance management as well. For being like a smaller guy, he does a great job of kind of popping in and out of range, using his jab, using his kicks, ripping to the body. His body hook's nasty. Overhand's good. I mean, he follows up in combination well in pressures. I just think, Martinez, from my perspective, more tested, higher strength of schedule. I like his speed. He's bigger. I think he should be line the favorite, and I'm fine with the line. I'm passing. And I think Martinez is going to win, but I haven't seen, Franklin really face anybody with Martinez's striking. So it's like, yeah, sure. I think it goes over, but I don't want to count out, Martinez countering him big, as Finney's pressuring him. So yeah, another fight that I just have, kind of like the Smith and it's not like the Smith and Savoie fight, but I'm passing because I think it's competitive and not competitive enough for me to get a read.
All right.
Or too competitive for me to get a read.
I figured that's what you meant. But yeah, so for me, I kind of knew David Martinez already. He's like a prospect I've been looking out for a while. So I was hyped when Contender Series added him. Franklin, I didn't know at all. I ran the tape. I taped him first, and I was pretty impressed. I think he's still really green, in my opinion. He's very flat-footed, the way he strikes. Labory, forward pressure. The forward pressure is good. I don't think he's got much defense. He does roll with the strikes pretty well, and he's got some good head movement here and there. But I think he's relatively hittable. The striking is solid, though. I'm pretty impressed by the striking, and he's been fighting guys who are all way taller than him, and he's been doing a pretty good job at it. You can tell he got used to it. He'll go to the body. He'll go to the head. He mixes it up really nice. He's got good body shots, and he can wrestle, too. His wrestling's pretty solid. He kind of waits a while to do it. Maybe it's like a game plan thing, depending on the fighter, but that's kind of what I noticed. He's not really coming out here and pushing a wrestling heavy pace, even though he can wrestle pretty well. And then I watched Martinez, and I can understand why people might want to bet Franklin. It probably will be close. Martinez can be low output. I can understand that. But for me, I just think Martinez is better. I think Martinez has a higher ceiling, which doesn't really matter for this fight, in my opinion, but I do think he's a better fighter. I think he's cleaner on the feet. I think the movement is going to be really difficult for Franklin to handle. I think it's going to be hard for Franklin to find Martinez. And that's kind of what his style needs. He needs to be able to back the guys up against the fence so he can start landing better. And he's just not really going to get that here. Martinez is constantly moving nonstop, and he can do it for a while. I'm pretty sure he's had 2 fights that went into the 4th round and ended towards the end of the 4th. And I think Franklin had a 5-rounder too, if I'm not mistaken. So both guys have good cardio, but Martinez can keep up that movement the entire fight. In and out, in and out. He's really clean. He can get in, land his strikes, and get out without getting a lot of damage. So yeah, I favor Martinez here, and his takedown defense is really good, and his get-ups are really nice. So there's a lot for me to like about Martinez. Maybe he can get chinned here. Franklin does hit pretty hard, but I don't know. I don't think that happens at a super high clip. I like Martinez. I played him at -165. I got my reverse CLV, so take that for what it is. If you watch me, you know my history with reverse CLV. Pepe saying David Martinez trained at Fight Ready in Arizona. Is that true? I didn't see that on his Instagram.
Call Olivas. Pepe, get the group chat.
I did my Instagram stalking. Doesn't look like it. Would be cool if he did, though. He's a surgeon, or like a surgeon, like a medical student, which is crazy. I don't understand how you do that in fight, but not really super relevant. It does kind of concern me. Like, how does he have enough time to train?
He has good time management.
I don't know, man. That's crazy. But all right, moving on. I'm actually really excited about my bet here. We have Alberto Montes versus Carlos Calderon. Montes 9-1-0, 30 years old, 5'7". Don't have his reach. Calderon going to be 6-2-0, 28. He's 2 years younger, a little under that. He's 3 inches taller. I don't actually think he trains at elevation. At least I didn't check out with his Instagram. I don't even know if that camp is still. Do you know if that camp is still a thing? I know a lot of them went to pound for pound Muay Thai, and I think there's one more camp up there now. I don't really keep up with the gym dramas.
Dude, I don't know.
Word. He's somewhere, but I don't think he's at elevation. Montez at Goat Shed.
Yeah, I only look into the gym if somebody's like off a long layoff. You know what I mean? Because I can figure out
what they're up to.
Yeah. But in this scenario, when did he fight? Like two months ago, maybe?
Yeah, I still kind of care with these younger guys, though, because they're usually pretty green. And if they're at a good camp, like in my opinion, they're probably going to develop better. But
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess. I mean,
it's
2 months
not a
isn't
huge
enough
thing.
time. 2 months isn't to me like enough time to be like, oh yeah, I can kind of like we've seen it enough of times this year where it's like a dude's got a good example would be like a Pulayev. You know what I mean? Where we have like, he had one fight, he knocked the dude out in a minute. We got no data. But after like in between that fight, there's like a 16 to 18 month layoff and a minute of tape, and he looks a lot better, and everybody's shocked. When it's like, yo, he's 26 years old at like a really good gym. I think that's a scenario where I care, but in this, I could care less.
Yeah, I feel you. But yeah, so for me, Montes, first of all, like he's super inactive. He was out after 2021, I think, for like almost 2 years, a little under that. I don't know why. Do you know why? It was an injury. I don't know what it was. It was some kind of injury. Then he came back. And like I just don't know what he's that amazing at. He's apparently, according to commentators on one of his fights, he's got a Taekwondo background, and I guess I can kind of see it. He's definitely the cleaner striker in this fight. There's zero doubt in my mind about that, but I'm not like incredibly impressed by it. He doesn't really offensively grapple much. He did in his earlier tape, and it was okay. And his takedown defense seems decent. I mean, it's mostly just a front choke. He likes the anaconda, the darce, but that's really it. And I'm just not super high on him. I don't think he's that amazing. And he was minus 275 or minus 300 when I was taping this. And Calderon was plus 275. And I'm watching Calderon, and on one end, I think he's not that great. He's pretty hittable, seems a little chinny, kind of sloppy with pretty much everything he does. But like I've said this a few times now, he really reminds me of Royval, like his style, because Royval's kind of chinny too. Royval also has bad defense, and he also looks sloppy, but he's aggressive. He's a dog. He fights for your money. The striking's not pretty, but it's effective, and he hits hard. And Calderon's the same way, in my opinion. He can offensively wrestle decent. I think he could get takedowns against Montes. I think he's pretty good on the ground. I think his jiu-jitsu is pretty solid. He's opportunistic. He can take the back. He can do it off. He can get a sub off of his back. And I just think he has most of the finishing upside here. Maybe Montes can catch him with something. That wouldn't be insane. But I think Calderon probably has most of the finishing upside. And he's way more active. I trust that more, especially if I'm getting the guy at like plus 275. The other dude's minus 320. He's super inactive, and nothing about him impresses me. And I'm watching Calderon, and there's flashes, and, he'll fight for my money. He's a good finisher, good BJJ, in my opinion. So, yeah, I'm willing to take the risk at plus 275. I did it small. I did a half unit. Not something I'm, incredibly happy with, but I think it's a good play nonetheless. Like Franza last week was a bet that like I made it. He was plus 185, and I still felt really good about it. I wasn't that worried, which doesn't happen often. With Calderon, I'm a little worried, but I feel decent about it. What are you thinking for this fight, dog?
Yeah, I mean, I thought you broke it down perfectly. Like I didn't really look into this fight too much because I remembered taping Calderon for his LFA fight and just kind of felt like he was, I don't know, I'm trying to say it nicely. I just feel like he's kind of just scrappy with some jiu-jitsu, and that's pretty much where I kind of feel like it stops. So I think he's going to fight for your money, but I just couldn't imagine losing money on him, and it's a dog or pass scenario because I don't really think this Montes guy is very good. Kind of the same thing you said. I mean, overs, unders, not interested. Seems like a volatile fight. So, yeah, I mean, you broke it down. I mean, dog or pass. From a betting perspective, I mean, 275 on Calderon. What stake did you take? Just like a half unit?
Yeah, just a half unit.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense to me. So,
I didn't feel good enough about him to put a full unit because he is really hittable, and he does seem a little chinny. And Montes, if anything, he seems he can crack.
Yeah,
and
I mean, unders could be cool, but it's like
they're kind of not great priced. Under 1.5 is pick 'em.
Yeah, it's like I don't know what finishing equity I give Calderon under unless it's like maybe he gets on top, like or gets some like weird like sneaky submission.
He could get the front chokes because Calderon's kind of reckless when he enters.
Yeah, Montes, but I think Montes could knock him out or submit him, but I don't know what Calderon's going to do to finish under 1.5. Probably sub.
I think he can sub him.
Yeah. I mean, maybe
I think he can chin him too. He's not an amazing striker.
I mean, with how Calderon fights, I mean, he kind of comes out and he's either a kill or be killed kind of guy.
100%.
So he's going to probably force the action. So, I mean, maybe it could be one of those sneaky unders where both guys do have finishing equity under 1.5 and they're going to go out there and try. But, yeah, I don't know. I just maybe like – and it's pick 'em too. Like if it was a 2.5, I'd be all in.
Yeah, for sure.
Even at like minus 150,
Fight ends ITDs minus 350.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I don't even want to talk about this fight anymore.
All right, let's move on. Next up, we've got the main event. Oh god, this is gonna be hard. Okay, Diyar Nurgozhay versus Bartosz. So, do you know how to pronounce that? I don't want to butcher it.
Szewczyk.
We'll go with that. Okay.
Szewczyk.
Nurgozhay, he's 9-0, undefeated, 6'2", don't have his reach. Bartosz, 8-2-1, gonna be 6'4", so he's 2 inches taller, 77-inch reach. Why don't you start us off, dog?
I think this is a pretty competitive fight. Once again, like I think this fight's one of the more interesting ones, I guess. I mean, you got to be honest, like for 205, for two 26, 27-year-old guys, there's plenty of decent prospects out there. I don't necessarily think these two are like the best. But Diyar is, Kazakhstan kind of boxer wrestler, training at Killcliff. Level of competition is kind of suspect in my opinion. He's been fighting guys that look like they're 55ers or 70 pounders. And a washed Emmanuel Sordi who looked like he showed up for a paycheck. So it's like, I mean, he kind of looks the part. He manages range well, moves in and out. His boxing is okay. I don't think his wrestling's that good, to be honest. And he seems relatively like kind of like he's got a blockhead, but like, once again, I don't really know. I haven't really seen this dude tested as much. Like the one fight that I did see him grapple a little bit, he looked really, really tired. It was like this Magomedov fight. Who's like a 155er.
Has a loss to what's his face? Rebecca a 155er and Nurgozhay a 205er have a win in common.
And I think he took him to decision too.
Yeah, he did.
So I mean maybe young in his career wasn't like fully prepared for the fight, like etc. But I mean, damn, like that level of competition is really suspect. And, I get he has some skills, but I think Bartosz has definitely seen like a higher strength of schedule. And I know he has like split decisions and draws and some odd things and, not the most impressive results on his career. But I mean, this dude's fighting like these guys in FEN like that he's fighting are like older vets, that have been in the game a while. I'm fairly certain that FEN doesn't drug test. So I think it might preserve some of the longevity of these fighters' careers that we kind of see in KSW and some other organizations where 37, 38, 39-year-olds can preserve their career for a little bit longer because they're aided by some additional ability to recover. So I think that his strength of competition, it's like not even, I don't think the strength of competition is relatively close. I mean, this dude, I know he got finished by Simon Bior, but like he was 22 at the time. And this Diyar guy, what?
How old is he, Bartosz?
He's 26, I believe. So yeah, I think he's improved a lot. I mean, just, kind of watching and wiki capping his last fight. I mean, he lost to this dude he finished in his last fight. And I know it's like, the guy was 38, now he's 39 and getting older, but, that fight wasn't really competitive at any point in Bartosz's last fight. And, I'm familiar with the guy. I actually bet him on UAE Warriors. I remember, I think we both bet on him in UAE Warriors, if you remember that card.
You always remember my bets better than me. Now I want to know. I'm going to check.
I remember I bet him on the card because it was the card that Walter Colandro fought Ali, and we both bet Colandro like plus 300, 350 over Ali Al-Khouzi or whatever his name is.
I bet that?
Yeah.
You sure?
I'm pretty certain, yeah.
Bartosz.
I don't know if you bet Bartosz, but I knew you bet Walter with me.
Bartosz Lesko. No, that's a different one.
No, Bartosz Lesko is a KSW.
My record doesn't reflect it. I don't think so.
Well, you probably bet Walter on that card with me.
Walter?
Yeah, Walter Coglandrio.
Oh, no, I remember, and I don't think I did.
You didn't track it, yeah. But, well, some familiarity with this dude. That card was crazy. That UAE Warriors, 45 card. Shea Duleev, who's the guy who's on, who just fought and beat Ron Archuleta and Ryzen, was on that card. Khabib Nabiev was on the card. This dude Bartosz was on the card. Abdellah was on the card. Amru Magomedov was on that card. Like, if looking back at that card, it was like some of the best, prospects in the entire world in MMA, like that are under 26, 27 or like on that card.
Those are always fun.
Yeah, it's crazy looking back at it. It's like, I was shocked at how many guys I was like, oh my God, how the hell did they get, like, you don't think about it back then, but when you go and rewatch that card, you're like, how many of these guys are going to be like top? I mean, I think, a couple of those dudes will be like, hopefully in the UFC someday.
You see that with Brazilian regionals a lot sometimes. Like, I'll be taping a Brazilian person for Dana White's Contender Series or something, and you look back at the card they were on, and it's just like a bunch of people we have now in the UFC.
Yeah. It was like the Manuel Sosa dude in Bellator the other day. You're like, oh my God, he knocked out Mauricio Huffy. Like, what the hell is this? And another dude who's in LFA right now who will probably be on the Contender Series soon. So
Ooh.
Richard Martins.
Yeah,
he beat one of the Fighting Nerds guys in
no ball joke today, Pierce. I'm disappointed.
He ran out.
All you got? All he has is a pink choke now? Go read your textbooks, bro. Go read your law textbooks. You got a con law exam, and what is it? In a few months. Get started, bro.
He can't think straight. He has too much money on Xavier Franklin.
If Pierce could right now, he'd be sending the pictures he always has of the fighters he bet on. He'll just dump it in the Discord without saying a word. You got a picture of Xavier Franklin standing next to that basketball fella. I would not know his name.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know ball. But are you done with your breakdown? We kind of went on a tangent there.
Yeah, huge tangent. I think Bartosz just has better cardio and, to me, like a more well put together game. So I bet Bartosz at like plus money. I think he should be the favorite. Yeah, I mean, it's as simple as that. I feel like this Diyar guy is pretty untested. And I can see some things that I like about his game, but he's going to be the smaller guy, the older guy. I'm not a huge fan of Bartosz, but I think only one of these guys has some upside at 205 in the UFC, and I think Bartosz is that guy. So, yeah, that's kind of how I'm seeing it. I think he should be a slight favorite. So, yeah, I have it. That's my only bet on the board right now is Bartosz, just a unit at 108 or 106. I think I have a unit at 106. He should probably be like minus 125. That's kind of how I feel. And I'm just
trending there.
What?
It's trending there.
He's moving that way? I don't know. I thought Pinnacle had like plus money on him still.
Plus 102 and DraftKings plus 100.
Yeah, I think plus money on him is fine. I would take any plus money, but I don't think it's worth the big wager. This feels really volatile.
Yeah, unfortunately, here in New York, we only have Bet Online for Dana White's Contender Series. Otherwise, I'd probably get involved too. I mean, I was looking at Bartosz. When did I tape this? Sunday? I taped it on Sunday. So I was looking at Bartosz. I think he was like plus 120. Part of me wanted to do it. The other part was like, I just wasn't super impressed with him. I kind of wanted to see the face-offs. And he looked good in the face-offs. He looked like the bigger, much more athletic guy, not even close. And then there's also the maybe staff on Nurgozhay. I don't know. I don't pretend to be a staff doctor like some of the guys out there. And honestly, I don't quite think it matters too much because I feel like he's gassy either way. So I don't know if maybe it'll make him gas even faster. But I kind of felt like he was already gassy. So it's not a huge thing for me. Look, Diyar's good. I think he's pretty good. But it's kind of like the guy who fought Franza. I think it's similar. And I guess the reason I didn't bet it yet with Bartosz is I don't know if he kind of brings the pressure that Franza did, why I bet it. because I felt like Frunze would break the guy. He was a guy who wrestled well, Russian dude, but once he got tired, he got a little slow, a little kind of plotty. The hands came down, and I knew that Frunze would bring it to him. I'm kind of seeing the same things with Nurgozhay. I think that as he gets tired after some wrestling exchanges, he does slow down. He becomes very plotty. The hands come down. You don't see much coming from him. The output starts to wane. So, like, I'm not super high on him because of those things. And I feel like Bartosz could possibly break him because his cardio is pretty good. It depends on the fight, really, because there were a few fights where I taped it and I was like, he's also kind of gassy. And then a few fights I was taping him and he was firing away in the third round, looked great. So it's hard to really know. That's kind of why I didn't just pull the trigger at plus 120. And Diyar is pretty good. You know, if the cardio does improve and all of a sudden he's got the gas tank, he could out-grapple Bartosz for 15. Bartosz can be taken down. His takedown defense isn't insane. Diyar's a pretty good wrestler. His striking is also pretty good, Nurgozhay, but I don't think it's anything insane, and the output's just not good enough. So I feel like Bartosz can outstrike him. I feel like Bartosz is more likely to knock him out. I tend to think that Bartosz has the better cardio. Again, it's been fight to fight, so hard to really know. I don't know how much they test on the Contender series. Maybe he won't have his juice, so maybe he'll get tired. I don't know. But, yeah, I lean Bartosz. I actually picked him outright in my breakdown. And if I could get plus money, I'd bet it. I don't know if I will after the weigh-ins, though. I know a lot of people are freaking out about the possible staff. I think just the size difference and seeing Bartosz look way more athletic also kind of moved the line a bit. And I'm sure everyone is also seeing what we're seeing, that Nurgozhay's a great body, not a great striker.
That's what I was waiting on. I've been waiting to see face-offs a lot. So, and I got that info. So, yeah, I'm in.
Pierce, that's such a bad one.
What did he say is bad?
It would have
not
been
even funny.
No, it would have been better to just not say anything.
I'd be dropping by like hair be dropping by dogs.
I could pull up receipts, bro. You've been in there for a minute, so don't even start that. First of all, he's trying to say that he never comes to my Discord because you don't have hair. You see, if I have to explain it, it's not funny, bro.
Damn, dude. I remember when this guy was funny, but he's fallen off. So
he was funny like a week ago. I'm telling you, he needs to go study.
This dude fell off, bro.
Shout out to Chronic, though. Make sure you guys are checking them out. But yeah,
I gotta shave my head. Look at that. Look how, bro. Look at how bald I am, dog. Look at this. Look at that. Look. I have hair on the side of my head, bro. But yo, look.
Does the barber charge you 75% less?
No, I just use a razor.
It was a joke. I was trying to show Pierce how it's done.
Yo, some people actually do go to the barber if they're bald, though.
It's a thing, no? I thought you all did.
I've actually never been to the barber since I started shaving my head.
Really?
No, never.
Honestly, at this rate, I might go bald too, bro. My hairline's receding. It's not good.
No, it's not. Trust me. You don't know shit, dude. You don't know shit, dog.
Yeah, torts will do that to you. Enjoy while you have it, though. It's one of the easier stuff.
I remember my first learning about a tort.
It's a tort is an injury.
I know. I have to read legal documents.
Oh, I thought you were joking.
No, I have to read legal docs for my job, where we have like insurance for things like that.
There you go, Evan. You get it. Evan gets it.
I like this Evan guy. Nice picture, by the way. Is he mewing in that photo?
What is it you did last time? Oh my god. But all right, guys. That's Dana White's Contender Series Week 8 for you guys. You want to do a quick look at Week 9 as we normally do?
Yeah, why not? Actually, Jason Blair is fighting. I'm excited.
Oh, that's hype. He's fighting what's his face? The other
Cody Steele.
Nice.
Great fight.
Yo, where do I know Mario Pinto from?
PFL.
Wait. No.
No.
He's only fought at Levels Fight League. How do I know?
He's an LFL guy. Yeah. He fought somebody.
He fought Szewczyk.
Who you fight?
I don't think he was ever supposed to fight in PFL. At least it's not listed on here.
I feel like I've taped him before though.
I also feel like I've taped him, but I don't know for what. He's got some guys we know on his record. Kasim Aris, Sehic.
I taped him. I taped him because I taped his fight with Sehic. Yeah.
Is that even something we can bet on though? Levels Fight League?
No. It's because we've taped Sehic before though, so we've taped.
Oh.
That fight.
Yeah, that's how we know him. Oh, Vakhitov is fighting. That's hype. He's gonna cook this dude.
Vakhitov, yeah.
He's gonna cook Masaref. If you guys don't remember Masaref, he's the guy who fought on PFL, and remember everybody was saying it was rigged because the guy came out like this with his hands down and just got knocked out immediately. It's that dude. Duatov is on this one.
You know, I bet that over.
You bet the over there?
Yeah.
I forgot what I did. I think I passed, but I was about to bet on the guy who got knocked out. So that worked out.
That was hilarious. I'm like, what? What just happened?
What do you think they lined this Blair Steele fight at?
I don't know.
I feel like we might get Steele a big favor because they're going to be like, oh, Blair got subbed by Hassan Zada, and look how he looked.
Can you shut up? Like, shut your mouth.
But nah, that's
Are you done?
Fight.
Are you done? Can we not talk about that fight if you think that's what's going to happen?
I'm moving on. I don't know this Vanilto and Tunes guy fighting Duatov, 16-6.
Oh, Vanilto just beat the crap out of oh God.
Neto?
Vanilto just
yeah, Neto. I think you're
he just smoked Neto like a fucking pack of Newports, dude.
Let's see.
He's good. The Vanilto is good. I think that's actually a pretty good fight, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it looks like a good one. He's fighting Duatov.
Yeah. Duatov is going to be a big favorite because everybody thinks he's something special.
He is pretty good, but he's a little overrated, I think.
Yeah.
The flyweight opener is pretty good.
Oh, I know the guy Pinto's fighting. I'm not going to say anything.
Lucas Camacho?
Yeah.
Why do I feel like he's trash?
Can you shut, dude?
Dog's never going to preview a card with me ever again.
Yeah, because people probably are going to, somebody might watch this show and they're going to jack up one of these openers and somebody is going to just not even have to do any work and just click the risk mass limit and ruin the line by like 40, 50 cents.
Okay, fine. Max bet Duatov.
Max bet
Camacho.
Steele.
Max bet Cody Steele. And max bet Islam Masarov.
Free money.
Not financial advice.
Free money. And you know what? If you can, like some people like to do on Bet Online before they even let you parlay them together.
Yeah, parlay all four.
Wait, no, Pepe, I think we were both on that one. Steele. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm thinking. I think Steele's going to be a small favorite.
Yeah, I honestly can't say too much because I would need to tape. I remember Blair pretty well. We've taped him a few times, bet for and against him, but I would need to refresh.
Don't tell me you bet. I know you bet him against Hassan Zada, but
I did.
In hindsight, let's be real. He probably knocks him out cold. Like
he was minus 300 though, so regardless, it was a bad bet. But yeah, he probably beats Hassan Zada most of the time.
Yeah, he probably knocks him out like 7 or 8 out of 10 times, to be honest. That wasn't the worst bet ever.
Did we get a buy low spot the next fight against Sanders, or was that later?
Dude, I had a huge bet.
That was Sanders, right?
Yeah, you know what price we got on that one though? That was hilarious.
I'm about to pull it up.
Dude, I bet
minus 187.
No. It was better than that.
That's what I had.
Oh, I bet 175, and then it closed like minus 150. I couldn't put money on it. I had 175 to win a decent bit, and then it went to 150, and I just added more. So
yeah, I'm remembering this now. Yeah, I mean,
That
Blair's a
that
good
was
wrestler.
glorious, dude. That bet was glorious. That bet was so glorious.
Buy low spot, classic. It's a classic.
Classic buy low spot. Minus 300 to Hassanzada, then minus 150 to Orlando Sanchez, or whatever the hell his guy's name is.
Poor Dylan Montello, bro. Poor Montello.
You think?
He'll make it to the UFC anyways. Everybody from that gym does.
Yeah, for some reason.
Except for who?
I said for some reason they let them all in, even if they're not that great.
The coaches, that's why.
It's a story. I guess it's a storyline, but dude, they got some guys in the UFC who shouldn't be there.
Yeah, I agree there.
Like Marab.
Hey, Marab's at Syndicate now, so eat it.
He is, isn't he? Why'd he leave?
I don't know. Him and Sterling both dipped. Never really any explanation as far as I know.
Yeah, it's weird, right? It's like your two best guys left.
He probably got tired of Matt Serra screaming in their ear the entire time they were in the corner.
Let's go, Aljo. Come on.
That's got to get exhausting at some point.
What?
That's got to get exhausting at some point. It's like Devin Clark's dad.
Oh, my God. Yeah, he's beating your ass.
And once COVID hit and we really got to hear him in all his glory.
He's the GOAT, dude. That was always so funny when Kutala was just beating the crap out of him.
Hey, kept him in the fight.
He did something. He gave him brain damage.
Of course, Kutelaba punishes me this week for finally going against him.
You bet against him? You bet Ursuline?
Yeah, I did.
I didn't bet that fight, to be honest.
Yeah, I felt decent about that bet, but it got cooked. I didn't do great. I only lost 1.5 units, so like it could be a lot worse. But what did I have? I had that. I had Duncan. I know how you feel about that.
Did you rewatch that fight?
Yeah, I did. Look, I mean, at the end of the day, my read was correct. I felt like Oki was the rightful favorite. I felt like Oki could outstrike him, possibly knock him out. But I felt like Oki, once you hit the mat in any form, is extremely green. It's kind of what happened.
Yeah.
So, my read was there.
I
kind of thought Duncan would do better on the feet, but other than that, I was there.
I mean, I get it, but I guess how my thought process on like if I'd make the bet again, I'm like, how many times does that happen?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't make it again.
Yeah, that's my thought. It's like I'd make that bet again for me, like betting Oki, because I'm like, all right, let's be real. Let's be real. You know, how many times does he get that? And I'm like, maybe 3 out of 10 times, max.
Yeah.
Max. Like if he doesn't get that guillotine, like he's cooked.
Yeah, I agree there. Dario was a terrible bet. She died. Ursuline, we spoke about it. Frivola died. Lapless decision was probably my best bet of the night.
That was funny. That was funny too, because we talked about it and I'm like, I didn't even bet it. That's the funny part.
Because it feels gross.
It feels gross, right? But it's the right thing to do. It was just it should have been his money line.
Pretty much.
It should have been like maybe 10% off his money line. Like his money line was what, minus 400 and 80%. Yeah, it should have been like 70%. Honestly,
I feel like at this point they're gonna start doing that. They do eventually catch on. Like you'll get guys who are. I mean, even Ramy this week, he's plus 200 on the money line or plus 180, and his knockouts plus 225.
Yeah, but at that point, you're not even like inviting any prop action, right? It's like you just want. It's clear that you're not willing to take any risk. You know.
Yeah. And then I got cooked on PFL. Lewis Long disappointed me, to say the least. Catacoli, that sucked.
You bet Catacoli?
I did. And then Gustavo. My entire breakdown was I hope he doesn't get taken down, and then he gets knocked out.
That was weird though. That was really weird.
Yeah, plus 180. I felt decent about it, and then it didn't go great. Hopefully this week is better.
That's how the game goes.
So far this week, I have Aldo plus 140 for a unit, and I got COV, so that bet is cooked. Don't tell me it's gonna lose. Dolice plus 131 unit, and then I took the Dolice sub plus 1400 for 0.1, and I took the St. Preux sub plus 1200 for a quarter unit. I feel like both those sub lines are insanely dumb. Why are you giving Holland a better shot to sub him than DWCS? That's like DWCS's biggest strength is his jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, it's like the only thing he might be good at.
Realistically, yeah. And then OSP plus 1,200 for the sub against Ryan Spann of all people.
Oh, yeah, because is he going to hit the Von Prue choke?
He could.
He could, because he's going to go for a guillotine.
Once Spann gets tired, he can do all kinds of things. So he's got to survive about 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes, and I might get to the money line.
Are we going to bet OSP? Is that really what we're talking about right now?
I might. If he looked like he looked in his last fight, why the hell not?
I mean, I'm not a big fan of Kennedy, so.
Neither am I, but are you a big fan of Ryan Spann?
Not at minus 300.
Yeah, I mean, in general, I'm not comfortable betting him against most people at plus 100 even.
No, you're right. He's like a coin flip fighter.
Yeah, every single time.
Yeah.
He's got all the gifts, but he's just not really putting it together.
I bet Lucindo.
That's a solid one. You got to pick him.
Minus 127. I think that's good.
I'm starting to get interested on Rodriguez, but I'm probably going to. There's so many over the hill fighters that I want to bet that I got to be careful. Because I already bet Aldo. And then I want to bet McGee because I always bet McGee. And if I don't bet him here and he wins, I'll need a new TV.
I mean, I'm a big court guy, but yeah, I don't think this is the matchup for him.
Yeah, I need to tape that one still. Oh, my boy Igor, he's not over the hill. He's just in his prime, but I don't know if I'll get there at plus 310. Thompson makes sense also, but also kind of nearing the end. Who else is there? And that's really it.
I'm probably gonna.
You're on Pena, right?
Yeah, I bet Pena.
I kind of hate it, to be honest, but I get it.
I kind of love it.
I get it. I definitely got it. It's going to be a close fight. Anything past like minus 125 doesn't make a ton of sense.
She's scrappy over 5 too.
You think Roundtree has a shot?
I don't really care.
Damn. I'm head to head with Pepe on Holland.
You bet DWCS?
Yeah. Dude, do you not pay attention to me? I said that 5 minutes ago.
Sorry.
Pepe's paying attention.
When people talk about Roman DWCS fights, I just zone out.
Dude, I fade him almost every single fight. I'm not high on his game at all, but I feel like it's a good matchup for him. I'll talk about it tomorrow on my podcast.
You're doing the show tomorrow? Why?
Because if I don't do it Tuesdays, my whole algorithm is just cooked, and then I get way less views. So I don't get as many live viewers because Contender series, but I get more viewers overall. So.
Oh no, the algorithm.
Okay, well, you don't do content, so it doesn't matter for you. It matters for me.
No, I'd never. Well, I actually might have. I might for the.
You might do content?
I might bring back Fight Factor.
I mean, you've literally been doing content with me for the last 5 weeks.
I mean, yeah, but I don't really do anything.
Weeks.
I just sit here like a dumbass.
Well, that's kind of all you got to do for content.
And just yap.
Yeah, that's about all you got to do.
Just two idiots just yapping.
You might eventually need a better camera, but.
I need to get a personal laptop.
Do you just have your work computer?
Yeah, and I don't really use it for anything. So that's what's crazy is I've been doing all of this, like taping fights and everything on my phone.
Oh, that's deranged. Get a computer.
Crazy, right? Crazy.
You have like $1 million units. You can afford a laptop.
I don't have $1 million units.
Yes, you do.
$1,000 units.
Okay, well, I didn't know if
I only bet, dude, $2,000 on Tainara last week, dude.
Only, wow.
Only 2-unit wager. I can't afford a new computer. How stupid is that, actually, now that we're talking about this?
Of course you can afford a computer. You win 1 unit, go buy a damn MacBook, bro. Jesus. Get a Lenovo for like $800. Got to do your computer shopping for you?
That's actually pretty bad. I
actually didn't know this. Why have I ever listened to you? You're taping on a phone.
Yeah, I've been taping on a phone. Think about that.
I don't think you can co-host a show anymore. I might have to get Pierce in here or something.
No, I mean none of his bets are actually tailable because he's ruined the line by the time it gets to him. So
Nah, Pierce is too busy right now. He's got to focus on school.
he's got to focus on torts.
Facts. Yeah, I'm down. I think we
No,
might have,
no, don't do that.
right? There's something wrong with your
I
head.
know.
There's no way you've been sitting around taping 14, 13 fights on your damn phone.
I swear to God.
When I tape on my phone, I can never pay attention. I hate taping on my phone. I do it when I need to do it, like when I'm not home and I gotta tape some shit. But no, that is diabolical. You need help.
I swear to bejesus.
And same Pepe. I think the only time I bet on DWCS was actually I think I bet him against Imavov. I think I did finish only. I don't remember though. And then I bet him against Trevin Giles, which she lost. I bet against him every other time. So I've had terrible reads on the guy. Oh, and I bet against him with Vettori, so that worked out just barely. Kind of feel like he might have won that fight, to be honest.
Who?
DWCS versus Vettori.
DWCS versus Vettori. Oh, yeah. What a weird fight.
Yeah, Vettori was a bad bet. He was like minus 250, and it was a very close fight.
I think he wasn't even a bigger favorite.
I think I had him around there, but I don't remember it.
Yeah, you probably got reversed.
Him. He probably got reversed. That's a fact.
He probably.
That's the one thing, man. I've been doing this at this point for 4 years. My betting has gotten cleaner, doing better with ROI. But the one thing I just can't get is line movement. I'm terrible at it. I hit a line and immediately goes the other way. Immediately.
That's probably not the worst thing, but maybe you just bet stuff to. I mean, you got CLV on Duncan, which I guess wasn't really warranted. All the money on Duncan, but
just barely too. What's the best he got? Like plus 160?
No, he was like Oki was like minus 152 on Bet Online at close.
Oh, huh.
So there was a ton of money on Duncan, which I mean, in my opinion, was unwarranted, but he won. Hey.
Yeah, in hindsight, not a bet I'd make again, but Oki's green. Oki got to work on that ground game, that's for sure.
Yeah, that was embarrassing.
If they give him a competent like grappler his next fight out, it's going to be a problem if he doesn't get it together. Well, he can strike with a lot of guys at 155, but I don't think he can grapple with anybody competent on the ground.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. But
all right, bro. Let's wrap it up. We went on many tangents this card.
Oh wait, you bet Aldo?
I did bet Aldo.
Yeah, plus I'm probably gonna bet Batista if this money keeps coming in though.
Yeah, you might get it. I bet him plus 140. I mean, the read's pretty straightforward. I think the only place Batista stands out here is the grappling, and I don't think he can get Aldo down. It's really.
I think the volume stands out for him too, but yeah,
volume, sure, yeah, it could be a thing, but I don't know if you want to bet him chalk it just based on volume and him being younger. I guess it might be enough depending on the price.
Yeah, volume, cardio.
All those got good cardio. I don't think that's faded yet.
I mean, he slows down for sure.
He was ripping it in the third round against Martinez.
It was zero adversity.
True.
Martinez, what Martinez gonna do? Kick the leg kick, defense goat.
That's what people were saying the entire fight week. I thought I was losing my damn mind. I had Aldo there too.
Yeah, I bet Aldo there, but this is an entirely different matchup.
Yeah, it's definitely different, but at plus 140, I still felt pretty good about it.
Yeah, he seems like the dog of the week.
Unfortunately, Dario was the dog of the week, and that went poorly. Definitely poorly. All that matters is I'm going to find a way to bet Igor. That's all that matters. We are coming for DDP 2025. It's going down.
Ihor decision for all the marbles.
What's the price? Give me 1,000, please. Give me 1,000. Yo, they gave us plus 1,200.
Really? That's actually because Almeida's super durable.
Yeah.
And Ihor could maybe just.
I mean, what if Igor grapples? Why can't he win the fight?
I mean, yeah. Why can't he win a decision? We might be on to something. You know what? I might be taking a poke at that just for fun because Almeida's super durable.
Yeah, you might want to do it now. The limits are shit, and now we said it on the show.
Nah, who cares?
I feel like we'll probably get better on domestics.
Bro, I'm not going to lie, though. That's actually a bet that I'm going to make.
Yeah, I mean, same. That doesn't make much sense. Fight goes plus 450. We're getting Almeida decision plus 800, which I guess makes sense.
Probably just play the fight goes.
I mean, because realistically, like, Almeida can knock him out, but I feel like it's not a super... Like, how many times out of 10 you think Almeida's actually knocking him out here?
25%? 30%?
Yeah, they have KO at minus 275.
What?
Yeah.
Because
I'm looking at it right now.
You knocked out Dylan Buka and some bums on the regional scene?
Yeah. That's pretty much why. Damn. Okay.
What's the over?
450 fight goes. Over 1.5 is plus 130, I think. Plus 125.
The over is plus money?
Yeah, I'm probably going to rip that.
I'm ripping that.
And I might do the decision prop, honestly. All right, there we go.
So Igor gets flatlined by Michel Pereira at 185, who's the GOAT, and then all of a sudden Cesar Almeida's going to run through him.
Yeah. I mean, Pereira's last fight was Pereira, right? That is really funny.
I've never taped Nausea FC ever.
Dog's in the trenches here on his iPhone taping. It's probably like the LFA Brazilian promotions for the regionals.
On my phone. And you know where I do it too? I do it like at my kitchen table, just like fucking hunched over like this, looking at my phone.
If you profit on this card, you're buying a computer. This is enough.
All right, we'll make an agreement. If I win over a unit on this card, I will buy a MacBook.
Bet. Done.
I'll buy a MacBook with my profits from this card. If I win, and I'll literally get it Amazon Prime and do the show with it like next week.
Yes, let's do it. Okay, now you got to win. You just have the Polish guy right now?
Yeah.
Okay, leave it. Just leave it.
Oh no, what about Robbie, dude?
No, bro. Just
I don't have to wait. Do I have to profit? Maybe
you made the rule, bro. I don't know.
No, whatever my profit is, I have to buy that. Although, like, that's my budget, so I win like $150. I have to buy a $150 laptop.
Yes. Honestly, you might be better off with your phone at that point.
Yeah, I know.
You can get a Chromebook for like $200.
We gotta make a rule. This will be funny as shit.
Here, how about if you win 500 or more, you have to get a computer at that price.
No, I kind of want to buy a MacBook though.
So you better win more than a unit, bro. What can I tell you?
I might just start forcing
Dog's gonna have every fight bet so he can get a MacBook.
I have a bunch staked on Ramy just so I can
get a computer.
I mean, I got to figure out who I want to bet still.
Who needs shoey bets when you can buy a computer bets? This is much better.
Should I? I mean, the thing is that sucks, is I'm probably gonna bet Ramy.
And Air isn't 2K. My Air was like 1 something, I think.
Okay, then I gotta bet Ramy fucking per unit, dude.
I mean, you're gonna bet Ramy either way. We already know this. I'm surprised you haven't yet. I don't know if the price is gonna get better.
I don't know. The money keeps coming in on Pinnacle too, so
I see 194 on FanDuel if you have that.
Oh, money is coming in on him. What's it at MGM? 210, right?
Oh yeah, 210 on MGM, but 180 on Bet Online, 190 on Bovada.
What's it at Pinnacle?
185 and going down. Pinnacle and Bet Online, those are usually the two I look at to try to get a gauge on it, and they're both dropping. I mean, why not? Like, Almeida's a much cleaner kickboxer. No one's going to dispute that, but he's kind of low volume. Igor's a decent striker. Should he do that? No. No, he shouldn't, but I think he's got a decent chance. I'd give him 20%. Dog went somewhere, but maybe he'll come back and give you a percentage. But we got to get out of here. We've been talking crap for like 30 minutes. Do you think Igor stands a chance in an all-striking fight, dog?
20%. I mean, is this dude fucking... He beat Alex Pereira, what, 10 years ago? Who cares? The dude's a 36-year-old, 37-year-old guy. Is he really going to get that much better at MMA and striking? He looked terrible last fight. Couldn't get up from a takedown at all. Zero get-up game. And Kopolov's not even a grappler. Kopolov let freaking Punahele Soriano get off on bottom after shooting a takedown. So, I mean, if you think he should be, that big of a favorite in a striking fight, sure, he's probably like 65%.
I'd say 70 is fine.
You think 70 is fine?
I mean, realistically, Caesar's a much cleaner striker.
I guess. I mean, he just has really good hardware. He's like got an iron chin.
He's also 36.
Yeah, he's old. Is he going to really get that much better? I mean, he's probably near the end of it now. So, if anything, he's going to get slower. He's going to get more chinny. He's going to be reacting worse to shots. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, sure. Like maybe if this was 10 years ago when he's fighting Alex Pereira, but this is 2024 big dog and he's 36. So, there's only one of these guys that's not over the hill yet, and that's Ihor. So, I'm not really buying that.
My slate is really about to be Jose Aldo, Delitse, OSP sub, and Igor and Igor decision and the over. I need help, dog.
Yeah, you're an idiot.
You're making the same bets, so I don't want to.
That over feels like an overcorrection. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ihor is not that bad, and he's like 29.
Yeah, but I feel like if I am going to play his decision, I should probably play a little on the money line. Because he can finish. Dude hits hard.
I'm just going to play the over. It feels like a massive overcorrection.
The over, yeah.
Yeah.
What's the limit on it?
Probably 500.
Yeah, 500. But all right, let's get out of here, dog. Thank you guys all for tuning in. We still have 74 of you watching somehow. Thank you for sticking with us with all our rambling. Oh, the rambling guy is about to go off.
Yo, he's gonna go crazy, dog.
80% of this show today was rambling, but I'll add timestamps. It'll be easy to find the stuff that wasn't rambles. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Just name it yapping. Just yapping.
Yes, just yapping. Make sure to pull up tomorrow. 9 p.m. Eastern time. I'll be doing my show. I know I'll be competing with Contender Series. It is what it is. Contender Series will just have to take the hit in the ratings. They'll live. And do I have anything else this week? And we have the panel this week on Thursday. Make sure you pull up to that. It's on Tyler's channel this time, 138 MMA. So I don't know who the guests are, but I'm sure they'll be great. And Tyler is the man. So make sure you tune into that. It should be a lot of fun. And yeah, dog, you have anything to plug? All right, nothing to plug from dog.
Dude, this week for the laptop.
It all comes down to Contender Series. Dog needs a laptop.
It all comes down to Er-Ramy for my laptop.
I'm about to slide in Torrez Finney's DMs and be like,
take a dive, G.
No, I'm going to be like, yo, if you win, I want you to say, shout out Dogfather. I hope you get a new laptop anyways.
You're going to have to sponsor him for that.
Yeah, I'll pay him a cameo. Do one of those.
Pay him a band, dude. Go give him a band.
Might as well buy you a laptop then.
No, because I can win 2.
But all right, that's enough. Peace out, guys. Good luck this weekend and good luck tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in.